Thank you for having me. As Charity mentioned, my name is Alice Mensah. I'm sure a couple of you might know me, but if you don't know me, so that's okay. Uh, um, I've been doing marketing for about 10 years now, but I started also small. I started as a tech person um from University of Cape Coast doing IT. It was tough. Like any other lady in the IT space, we know how tough it can be. So, but my breakthrough came when I met Google, which by then they were entering the African market. So they had a lot of events. I remember Google Days. I don't know if you remember, Charity. There were days for Google that they have it programs at Alisa Hotel and so on and so forth. So I took part in those events really well. And when I go, I network with the people there and stuff like that. To do that, that was when they have this ambassadorial thing they do with students, and I applied and then I got it. So I think Google has a number of products, including YouTube, Google Ads, but then they even had Google Plus, if you remember. So to do that, being the ambassador means you have to learn the product to teach somebody, to teach the university community, because you are now like their liaison between the university and then Google, kind of. Yeah. So that's where I developed the digital marketing from, because Google owns search, and searching comes with adverts. Okay, YouTube comes with adverts. And so that is where the advertising came. And so more like a measure of tech and marketing. And already I told you I'm from a tech background. So adding marketing was really cool for me, and a bit more softer as compared to the coding and the other tech courses. So that was my entry into digital marketing, and God being so good, I was able to land a job in a telco. Yeah. By then, if you are an entry level, entry in a telco, you'll be, let's say, a customer service person, those kind of branches, you'll be at the branches responding to customers. But because of the skill I gained from Google, I didn't have to go through that route. By God's grace, I was able to work straight from their headquarters in the marketing team. In fact, I'll say my role was the first time they ever hired a digital marketer in the telco. And through that experience, I was able to move from one company to another. So I've been in an agency, I've been in a real estate, I've been in a fintech, and currently I'm doing consultancy. Particularly, yeah, I'm working with a UK-based marketing agency called Lantern Cometers, and they have clients. Some are in the mining industries, some are in the agri space. So I don't know if you know of Heifer Africa. It's an agricultural NGO, very big. So I'm part of the team that manage their comms and then digital strategy. And also with another one called Cobalt Institute. They are the association of all cobalt miners in the world, and I happen to support them with digital comms strategy. And so that has been my journey so far.
I was actually speaking on you. Okay. So Miss Alice, I'm hearing a lot of things in your submission. I heard that you're actually a trailblazer when you had to learn the very initiative of Google. You were actually part of the very first part of the Google initiative, and then you literally have to be taken to the inner office or the inner circle at Tigo at the time. I think now it's called Telecel or Airtel Tigo.
Airtel Tigo.
Airtel Tigo,
Yeah.
yes. And so I think that's one point we can pick from your career, that you literally have to, be a trailblazer, pick skills that are very trending or skills that you feel even though you are good, but it's what the market is looking for. Right. So
Right.
you're able to meet some kind of demand. So when it comes to, I met you when you were at the real estate company, right? The
Yeah.
real estate company. So for me personally, I'm very much interested. How were you picked from working in Ghanaian companies? I know that when you were doing the real estate, you did have some foreigners on your team, but do you think that there's any like significant factor that picked you from working in Ghana and then taking you to working on, global companies outside of Ghana, here?
Interestingly, I'll say almost all the companies I've worked for are not for Ghanaians. Even
Wow.
the telco it's not for Ghanaians. I think they are Latin Americas.
Mm.
Even the real estate is for one UK and then one Norwegian and then New Zealander. Like they
Oh.
came together to form.
Mm.
But again, those working on it were Ghanaians. So I get the where you're coming from. But to move like working a company based there and working a company based there, what helped me was my networking.
Oh.
Because once again, I'll say it was one of my bosses at the real estate who was white, let me say,
Mm.
like not Ghanaian,
Mm.
who saw the work I did there. And so when I reached out to him that I want something remote, but specifically I want something international. As we grow, sometimes we have our own preferences. I told him, you know what, I want to move on, but this time I want something international, but remote, so that I'll not have to travel, but I can sit here and still do what I have to do. And apparently, he was a director in that company, so he knew that they were looking for somebody already. So it was an easy match. They were already looking for somebody, and I came asking. So it was a simple match. So networking is good. If you have bosses in your past life, you don't just let them be. Like once a while, you have to check up on them. Once a while, you have to show them what you're up to so that they can also guide you when you need them. The next is also your work. If somebody knows you but doesn't know you for what you do,
Mm.
I'm sure it was easy for him to say, pick Alice, because I had worked with him here for more than 3 years and he knew the work I did. So as much as you have to network, your work has to speak for itself. So that's like an easy fix kind of. Yeah.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. Even I didn't know that you had to all your bosses. I thought because you were working, what's the name of the real estate? It's right around the every
Apollonia City.
Apollonia City. Yeah, that time where
Yeah.
Apollonia City was the hype. I want everybody here
Yeah.
that Alice was actually behind the marketing team there. Was the one who was making all the noise. So maybe the big bosses may be looking so good, but she was actually the engine behind the scene. And so I think one thing that you're saying, three things that I picked. First is networking, right? And then asking for. And I've seen a lot of young people who walk up to me and say, oh, I have this skill. Do you know of any opening that I can do? And I think that's a very great one that most young people also do. So you asked, but then the only reason why your boss was able to refer you was because you knew your work, like you actually did great work, right? And so if you don't have any work to show, you're not doing like your work is not so good, then it probably might mean that you are, shortchanging yourself to getting on
Mhm.
the ball stage. Because Miss Alice, you can agree with me. One of the things about working with international companies is that they are counting on your expertise. They are counting on
Yeah,
the fact that you are getting the job done because they have a larger pool. They can hire from other countries. And so
exactly.
what has like your expertise played in like your global workspace so far?
Exactly. So working for a global team, as you said, if
Mm.
it is digital marketing, they may have, this is UK we are talking about, they
Mm.
may have thousands of digital marketers who are equally qualified to do
Mm.
the work. And so once you're given the chance, you have to prove your worth. And they are relying on your integrity. Because this is the case, they cannot see you.
Yep.
Okay, they cannot see you. So if they give you the work to do and you're roaming about, you're not doing the work, you are even blocking chances for other people who also want global opportunities someday. So
Mm.
if your task is to do ABC and a deadline is given, you're supposed to do it and meet your deadline. Okay, so that they can still trust you and give you more work. So
Mm.
I would say for me, my skill has really been that as a digital person, when a client comes on board and I'm supposed to do a strategy for the client and a timeline is given, I deliver. Also, not just deliver just so that you meet the time, but I deliver and do the work so well that the client is happy. So I may have a client all the way in UK when maybe he has lunch or something with my boss, and then my boss is asking, so how is my team? Are they really doing well? Like, are they helping you get your needs solved? They're like, oh, they're fantastic. I have one who said, oh, this is fantastic. So my boss will come back and say, the clients love you. I don't know what you're doing for them, but they
Wow.
simply love you. You see, and so it'll be hard for them to say, we have another person. And so Alice, go and sit down. Let's bring another person on board. You get the point. Yeah.
I'm muting the
So I think, yeah. So I think that has been it for me. Yeah. Doing your work impeccably, having integrity to deliver even when you are not being supervised,
yeah.
and then getting your clients to love your work. Those
Mm-hmm.
are the three things.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I was even going to talk about the intangibles because, like you said, people are not seeing you. So they are just depending on the fact that you are not going to steal their clients, you are not going to steal their work, you are going to give or deliver from the client, because sometimes people maybe from India or other countries get into the workplace and then they take things that belong to their body, steal clients and all manner of things. So for you to be doing this for, all these years, it actually speaks a lot about your work ethic. I have known you and you're a very, very nice person. And so
Thank
I can
you.
attest to that. Recently, okay, so what I can do is that Miss Alice will be leaving very soon. So please ask her any question. This is very much open. Ask her any question at all that you feel you want to understand about what it means to lead with your skills in the global markets, right? And so please ask. You can put it in the chat. She'll be leaving in about, let me see, 10 minutes, yes. So you can put it in the chat, ask, you can even, unmute yourself, and then you can ask away so that she can just, give you the answer. Okay, so Miss Alice, one thing I've noticed about you also is that you are very good with your personal brand as well, right? You have, combined a lot with what you do with your interpersonal networking, asking people, do they have more roles for you? And you have really done, you have so much in 10 years compared to maybe somebody who stayed at one company or two and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, what strategies, how do you, structure your personal brand, especially on LinkedIn? Because that's where you are very much active to get that much engagement, and
Yeah.
consultancy gigs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I came to understand a simple thing that we work for people, we do it diligently, but sometimes we don't work for our own selves. Okay. So just like the way when you get paid, you pay yourself first, like you buy something for yourself. The same way when you're working, you work for yourself first. So I have this once a week rule that I do that. Once every week. Sometimes it could be more if I have a lot of activities, but at least the minimum once a week, I have to say something about myself that I have done.
Mm.
So it could be something I'm proud of. Maybe whilst working on something, I discovered a tool that I use that I think is really good. I'll have to come and tell you about that too.
Mm.
Or a success that I chalked,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or a milestone. I do that
Wow.
because I believe that if you don't tell people what you do, they will not know. You can be the best data analyst, you could be the best
Software
mm,
developer.
coder or whatever,
Yeah.
but only you know. And some of these projects, they don't write the name of who fixed it there. For example, if you go to a website, sometimes some do, but majority you don't see any name written. Meanwhile, you built that website. So
Yeah.
how will someone know that you are so good that you could build a website for a company as big as this? You have to say it. So there is nothing wrong with putting the URL and say, oh, this June, I'm so proud of myself because as part of the team, maybe even if you don't want to give the glory to yourself alone, as part of the team, we worked on this beautiful website. Guys, please go check it out and give me your review. You see, you are asking for review, but at the same time, you are telling people that you did this or you're part of the team that did this. Okay, so don't be shy. I know sometimes there's a thin line between bragging and then showing your work. Okay, but as humans as we are, if you don't say, they will never know. And one thing too is that saying this brings you more gigs. I remember I had opportunity for Google Developers Group. They made me do a talk on AI, which
Yeah,
was last year in November.
remember.
Okay, and after I did the talk, I made someone video the talk for me, and I put that video on my YouTube, and I also going to put that video on my LinkedIn. Guess what? The CEO of Isoko saw the
Oh, I know
video.
it's so cool. The SMS-based
Yes,
platform, yeah.
yes. The CEO, I don't know him anywhere. I had never engaged him anywhere. I'd never met him. I don't know how he even saw my video because I was not even following him on LinkedIn, but maybe somebody I know liked it and it came onto his feed or something. He just messaged me, "Hi, I saw your video on YouTube about AI. I think my team need this. Do you mind training my team?" I was like, "I mind." I mind. And I told him I mind, but it wouldn't be free. He would have to pay. He said, "Oh, he's okay to pay.
Wow.
I should just give him the invoice and then he'll pay. He'll let one of his team members contact me." And guess what? Between November and January, we had planned it out. I went to teach his team for like half a day. We were just doing AI things you can do to help your brand and stuff like that. And this was a paid gig. But meanwhile, so the event was a free event. So, but through the free event, I got a paid gig. Why? Because I could have shut up and say I've done the event, and so I'm done and dusted. But just because I posted it online as part of my weekly content, I was able to get a gig. And this is just an example. There's been other ones as well. So to everybody, don't do things and then keep shy about, hey, me, them, hey, somebody will say I'm bragging. You know, say it, because until you say it, nobody knows that you've done it.
It's true. That's a very strong point. That's a very, very strong point. Sharing our journey as we work on projects, because sometimes it kind of looks as if like you are bragging. But Metalis, one of the things that which will be my last question, and then if anybody have anything, they can ask away. Okay. So one of the things that young people have asked me, I'm sure you do a lot of mentoring, so you would have heard it.
Yeah.
Young leaders ask a lot is that they don't have the confidence to, post on LinkedIn because there's a lot of pressure on the platform. Like people are doing things, corporations, and so for you to come and say that, oh, I just finished an ALS course in AI Essentials, is too basic for the platform. So probably let me go to TikTok and dance away, Yeah, what do you what view do you have? How can they boost their confidence and share their journey as little as it is as they go along?
Oh, it is not basic at all. It is not basic. Even me, when I finished a course recently, okay, because I worked with, because I was a Google ambassador, I got introduced to, please hold on, quiet.
All right, so let's use this opportunity. Does anybody have any question at all for Metalis? CC, Caroline, Esther, AC Nu, Delali. Do you have any question, or at least one or two questions from us, so that she can answer it as soon as possible for us? Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying whilst we wait for the question, sister, it is not small. Even me, I did courses to become a Google ambassador. But when they introduced Google Garage, I don't know if you remember, Google Garage, it was a set of courses. I did that again. And when I was done, I came to publish my certificate that I just did Google Garage and a certificate. Later, they changed it to Google Digital Skills for Africa, if you
That's the
remember.
one I did,
I did, yes, I did that one too. And I came to post it. And to me, at my level, I would have said, won't somebody think that I'm now starting? But even for we those that have been there, you have to refresh your knowledge, because maybe what you knew about ads in 2015 is not the same as 2024. And even with me, I posted. So doing an AI course in ALS, even me, if I do it today, I'll post it. Then you. So please, nothing is basic. Even if it's a little thing, please put it out there.
Wow. Thank you. That was very, very impactful. Yeah, so it's time for questions. Kindly unmute. I think Miss Alice, we have like 3 to 5 minutes for you. So
Yeah,
can
I can
anybody?
spare I can spare 10 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody wants to ask a question, please feel free. Yeah, the
Yeah,
reason why I'm
feel
here.
free.
So
Yeah, please ask any
as for
questions.
Charity, she and I we chat all the
Yeah,
time.
we
So it's
can,
not really
yeah,
about
we
her,
can talk for hours.
but it's about you. So please feel
Yeah,
free and then
feel
and
free and ask questions, please. Hello, be waiting. Hello. Let me see who is here.
Esino, Esther, Caroline, and Sissy.
Ah, Cece, Caroline. Esther, don't you have any question for Miss Alice? You're muting. Okay. I think Miss Alice, you must have been very, very clear on your strategies. And so we're gonna end it here. Like I mentioned to our community leaders, I told them that today is a very short session. Normally we do like an hour and some few minutes. So that we leave the remaining times for questions, and stuff. So we're gonna end it here at least. If anybody have any question at all, they will definitely reach out either to me, and then we can just, bounce it over to you. So,
Mhm.
in the absence of
Okay.
questions, which I believe, I'm not sure, we're gonna end it here. So thank you so much, Miss Alice, for your
Yeah.
time with us, telling
Yeah.
about your strategies and how
Okay.
you were able to. For me, what I'm going to pick from it is networking, like strengthening my networking and asking them, right? Sometimes you can have the network, but if you don't ask them, oh, do you have any job available? Do you have any gig available? Put me
Mhm.
in. I think that's one thing that I
Mhm.
have to work a lot more on so that I can get more gigs
Mhm.
like you get a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And I would say that
Mhm.
if you want to learn more about digital marketing and my journey, I have a YouTube channel
Mhm.
called Denali's Digital. Let me put it in the chat.
Yep.
So that in case you want to go follow, or how do you call it, subscribe, and then watch more videos um on digital marketing, you can do so. So this is the name
Okay.
of my YouTube channel. It is also, I have the same name also on LinkedIn as a page,
Oh,
and
okay.
also on
You do
Facebook
have
as a
a
page.
LinkedIn page for Denales.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Do
I
know.
just I just need to make it more active, you
Mm,
know.
okay.
Maybe I may get a mentee to work on that.
Yeah.
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 So that is it. And personally too, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's Alice Mensah on LinkedIn. On Facebook to Alice Mensah. I think I'll prefer LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more professional, so
Mhm.
I'm more active there. Once a while, too, I throw some things on Twitter, which is Kuku_Mensah.
Okay.
So that I would have wished I'll hear someone else's
Their
voice, but it
views,
seems
yeah. Usually they do like
they are
most of
shy.
the questions. Maybe we are intimidated today.
Oh, please don't be. I'm a very simple person.
Mm,
Mhm.
That's okay. All
Okay.
right. So thank you, Alice. It means a lot
Thank you too.
to have you share
Sure.
your views on how to lead with your skills in the global market. And I think that's very important to everybody.
I don't know if it's an internet thing, but it looks like all of a sudden
It's an internet
we are
thing.
getting messages. I don't know, all of a sudden I'm seeing messages. Esther
Oh,
and Sisi.
okay. Sissy. Yeah, Alice, you can read. The Sissy says something.
Yeah. Sisi, let me see. Sisi said, what am I?
And I think Sissy said, thank you so much, Miss Alice. I think that's Sissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said,
Okay.
you, he said, you have taken my point. So I think he wanted to ask a question and we already said it. Yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes.
And another
So
person, short term and long term. Yeah.
yes. So my short term and my long term plan there. Sometimes these questions are like exam questions.
In
Ah,
interview questions sometimes.
I tell you. So my long term and my short term plan is that I want to build my own consultancy someday, which I have because really all these gigs I'm getting are all under my consultancy, but more like a full-fledged in an office
Company.
space. Yes, in a more structured, more organized, kind of. So that is my long term. For my short term, I just want to be alive and enjoy enjoy the benefits that what I'm doing is bringing, at the same time, easing it out a bit just so I can have some time with the family as well. So, that is it for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you so much, leaders, for being on the call. It's good to have you, especially that
Mhm.
most of them are busy today. And some
Okay.
are also facing internet challenges. They're trying to join messaging, but they are not.
Right.
I don't know what's happening. Mostly Saturdays, we get some internet issues like this. Yeah. But thank God we've recorded, and so most of
Mhm.
them would be able to. I have picked a lot of things, and if with your permission, we can post some of these, your strategies, and then
Sure, I don't mind.
yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Enjoy the rest
Bye-bye.
of the
Sure.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye,